Tale of Two Birds, the first lesson in your supplementary textbook, is a story that speaks and depicts the importance of the company one keeps. How one's company can impact one's behavior and build a character. And this story is all about a mother bird and her two newborn babies. The mother bird died in a storm, and the baby birds got separated from each other in the thunderstorm. And due to the strong wind, the tall tree that they lived on also fell down, and they were blown away to the other side of the forest. And one of them reached near a gang of robbers, and the other one landed near the Rishi's ashram. And in the lesson, we can see what happened to them later on. After they reached the gang of robbers and after landing near the Rishi's ashram, what happened to this newborn baby birds? Let's see. Welcome back, dear students. Today I will explain a very lovely short story in your supplementary textbook, A Tale of Two Birds. There once lived a bird and her two newborn babies in a forest. They had a nest in a tall, shady tree, and their mother bird took care of their little ones day and night. In the starting of the lesson, we can see a mother bird and two newborn babies. They were living in a forest and they made a nest in a tall, shady tree. So what are the adjectives used for this tree? That is, it is tall and shady, and their mother bird took care of the little ones day and night. One day there was a big storm. There was thunder, lightning and rain, and the wind blew down many trees. The tall tree in which the birds lived also came down. So there occurs a disaster in that bird's family. One day there was a big storm in the forest, and it was heavily thundering, lightning and raining, and the wind blew down many trees. And what happened to this family? The tall tree in which the birds lived also came down. So it was also uprooted. The tree where the birds were living were also uprooted due to the big storm. A big heavy branch hit the nest and killed the bird. So what happened to that bird? A heavy big branch of the tree hit the nest, and thus the bird was killed. Fortunately for the baby birds, the strong wind blew them away to the other side of the forest. So touch wood, the small newborn baby birds were escaped because the strong wind blew them away to the other side of the forest. Here the meaning of fortunately means luckily. Luckily the baby birds were saved because the strong wind blew them away to the other side of the forest. Now we can see what happened to those baby birds. One of them came down near a cave where a gang of robbers lived. The other landed outside a Rishi's ashram a little distance away. So the two birds were now separated. One got a place nearby the cave of a gang of robbers. Gang means a group of robbers. Robbers means thieves. And the other bird just landed nearby an ashram, that is a Rishi's ashram, that is little distance away from this robber's cave. So now both the birds were separated. One got a place nearby the robber's cave, and the other one got a place nearby the Rishi's ashram. Ashram means the house where the Rishi, the saint, is living. Days passed and the baby birds became big birds. So eventually, after the days get passed, the baby birds are now big birds. After the baby birds turned into big birds, one day one incident happened. We can see what happened there. One day the king of the country came to the forest to hunt. He saw a deer and rode after it. It ran deep into the forest, followed by the king. So in the same forest, one day the king of that country came for hunting, and the king had seen a deer and he was just riding behind the deer. But what the deer has done, it just ran deep into the forest and the king too followed the deer. Soon the king lost his way and did not know where he was. He rode on for a long time till he came to the other side of the forest. So while the king was following the deer, the king lost his way and he did not know where he was now actually. And he rode for a long time till he came to the other side of the forest. So now the king lost his way and he just came to the other side of the forest. Here we can see what happened to the king. Very tired by now, he got off his horse near a tree. Suddenly heard a voice cry out, "Quick, hurry up! There is someone under the tree. Come and take his jewels and his horse. Hurry or else he will slip away." Amazed, he saw a big brown bird. So after having a long journey, the king was feeling very tired and he got off his horse near the tree and he was just resting beside the tree, below the tree, and suddenly he heard a voice, okay, a very sharp voice, and somebody, a bird, is crying that, "Quick, very fast, hurry up, there is someone under the tree. Come and take his jewels and his horse or else he will slip away." Slip away means move away. So hearing the sound, the king got amazed. Amazed means surprised, and when he looked up, he had seen a big brown colored bird. He also heard faint noises issuing from the cave. So from the cave, he can hear some feeble voice. Faint noises means feeble voice. He quickly got onto his horse and rode away as fast as he could. So hearing the information given by the bird and hearing the feeble noises from the cave, all of a sudden the king just got on his horse and he rode away as fast as he could. He is just escaping from that place. So after escaping from that area, the king reached nearby another area. Okay, soon he came to a clearing which looked like an ashram. It was the Rishi's ashram. So touch wood, what happened to the king? He just rode on his horse and he came to a clearing. Clearing means the area that is been cleared within the forest. Just for the agriculture purposes and all, we used to clear the forest. Likewise, he came to a clearing and this clearing looked like an ashram. And it was whose ashram? It was the Rishi's ashram. The king tied his horse to a tree and sat down in its shade. Suddenly he heard a gentle voice announce, "Welcome, sir. You look tired. Please come inside and make yourself at home. There is some cold water in the pot. The Rishi will be back soon." This one looks like the other bird outside the cave. So now, when the king reached the ashram, he just tied his horse to a tree and he is just taking rest below the tree. And he heard a gentle voice. Gentle voice means a very soft voice, and a bird is welcoming him. And he is telling that, "You are looking so tired. Please go inside and make yourself comfortable at home. And there is some cold water in the pot. You can have it, and the Rishi will be back very soon." So seeing the bird, the king recollects that the bird looks like the same bird he had seen outside the cave. "You are right, sir. He is my brother, but he has made friends with robbers. He now talks as they do. He doesn't talk to me anymore." So now, when the king identified the bird says to him, "Yes, sir, he is actually my brother. The bird who you had seen nearby the cave is actually my brother. But unfortunately, he made friends with robbers and now he talks like a robber and he doesn't talk to me anymore." Just then the Rishi entered the ashram. So when the bird informed this thing to the king, that time the rishi entered the ashram. In the climax of the story, we can see a conversation between the king and the rishi. The king told the story of the two birds and how each had behaved so differently, though they looked so alike. So now we can see the king was a little bit confused. Even though the birds were looking alike, they are similar, but their characters are entirely different. Their perspectives are entirely different. And he says, the forest is full of surprises. The king says to the rishi that the forest is full of surprises. Then now the rishi says that after all, one is known by the company one keeps. This is the essence of this lesson. We can understand the nature of a person by seeing his friends. He will be having this almost the same characters like his friends. The bird has always heard the talk of robbers. He imitates them and talks about robbing people. This one has repeated what he has always heard. He welcomes people to the ashram. So, this is the complete meaning of this short story. Here, the Rishi says to the king that the bird who was living with the robbers always used to hear the talk of robbers, and he also imitates them and talks about robbing people. But the one who is living in the ashram is always hearing the polite way the rishi used to behave in this ashram, and he welcomes the people. And now at last the rishi says that let me tell you more about this place and this bird. So now the rishi is gonna to explain about this place and about these birds, what happened to their life. So I hope you enjoyed this session and read the lesson completely and understand it. And if you have any doubt, please do clarify the earliest. Thank you for watching.